Hello. This is the podcast. We are all psychic, and I'm Lisa Rusczyk.
And I am Donna Murphy.
And we would love to introduce you to our guest today. His name is Daniel. And Daniel, would you like to say hello?
Hello, everybody.
I hear them. Wait, I think you're the clairaudient one, Donna. Do you hear
Yeah,
anything?
I am.
You hear them?
I hear, I hear a very enthusiastic response. Everybody's going, "Hello, Daniel."
Awesome, man. Daniel, we do have a question for you right away. We ask all our guests. And the question is, do you think we're all psychic?
Oh, 100%.
100%. How did you get there? Why do you think that?
Well, I did the math. There's all infinite beings are in a human form. They're all infinite beings. I guess is what I'm trying to say. And so, if they're an infinite being, they're psychic, whether they're able to access it necessarily at this moment in time or not, or be aware of it, I should say. They are psychic somehow, some way. They are always picking up on stuff in the field of all infinite intelligence. So there's no doubt about it.
I love that answer. So have you always thought that
That's a
way?
great answer.
Is that
Yeah.
something that just like you grew into or?
It's funny because with my background, I would know things, but I didn't know where that came from. And just Bears will win the Super Bowl in just a few years, and oh no way, they're in last place right now. I'm like, yeah, they're. I don't know. It's just a feeling I'm getting, and then other things where I'd make bets with people as a kid, and nothing crazy, but just that knowing of things would
I did
come
the
in.
same thing with football pools. And when I was a kid in Chattanooga, all the kids got to play with the adults in the football pools for like $1 or so. And I always beat like the kids because I would go,
Oh,
I'm some of the adults. Sometimes I'd win the whole pot just by the animals I liked or the teams, places, and colors. And yeah, just my feeling.
Right. Well, yeah, that too. I don't really get into it too much because my problem is that the football pool, I get so into it, it's just like consumes me. I'm like,
I'm terrible at
no,
gambling. Yeah.
no,
Usually I
I,
do.
me
think
too. I'm not a
the
good
2 years I
gambler.
did it, I think the first time I did win it, and then because again my intuition and everything, and then the second time it's like no matter how intuitive I was, no matter how much I was on top of it, this one guy just he had the grace of God on his side. Like no matter what happened, like he was winning out at the end of the we came down to the final between me and him. No matter like forget about it. Like it was just destined to win. Like
But you know
that's
what
the way
they
it seemed
say,
to be.
lucky in cards and unlucky in love. And if you're lucky in love, you're unlucky in cards. So, what might be going on for you there. So, listeners and watchers, Daniel is a friend of Donna's, and Donna's going to tell you about, and this is a video on Spotify and YouTube, and Donna's going to tell you how she knows Daniel.
I had the great benefit and experience of working with Daniel in a 3-day intensive that he held. Daniel, was it early this year or was it late last year? I'm a little vague on the timing. I don't
Definitely
remember.
was last year. Yeah.
It was yeah, I believe it was late last year. So, and he does an energy scan technique called the energy scan technique. If I'm saying it
The
correctly, correct
trademark?
me if I'm
I
wrong.
like that better than what I say. I call it the energy
Oh,
stick. I need to add the Z. All right.
like the only one.
Thank you. You're giving me helpful advice right here. Yeah.
And it was a wonderful class, great participation. I learned a ton, and it is for people who have either wondered whether they have healing abilities or know they have some healing abilities and are looking for a method, a system for how to provide that to people,
That
and
is
also yeah,
so cool.
and also to work on themselves too,
How did you
because it
figure
works
out?
on your own self. But
How did you figure out you could do that? Scan people and tell their energy healing skills. I'm so curious. How did you figure that out?
Yeah. Well, I had to find my own first. So, again, like this whole journey of tuning in just kept evolving. And when I was in grad school, for example, like a flash forward to that, I was seen as awkward, which I was like the shy kid, the invisible kid, and all that stuff growing up. My grad school is better, but like still, like I guess my communication was maybe not the greatest. And then they would be like, "You're just listening to people," like when they watched me do the
They're
clinicals, like
criticizing you.
Yeah, you're doing it wrong. Like, I don't
You're
know, I'm
existing
listening deep.
wrong.
I'm working with their energy, and I didn't even know I was, but like I know I
Yeah.
was. Like I just know I was doing
Yeah, yeah.
even back then. And then, but what they did notice is like when it came to making diagnostic, like saying the diagnostic of what's going on with them and the diagnosis, they're like, I don't know, there's some kind of ability you got with doing diagnosis. And like,
Like
there's
medical
something going on.
intuitives or something. You can tell they can do that or something like that, and they can tell what's wrong with someone. You can just tell by scanning them.
Right,
That is
right,
so cool. So
right.
as you were practicing, you just kind of realized that was a specialty of yours, I guess, right?
Well, that's what, in fact, one of them said, I said, do you think I could be a therapist? No, but I think you could, not necessarily, but I think you could be really good at like doing the diagnostics. You're really good at that. Like,
Oh,
Oh,
so
interesting.
really
I
cool. And
decided to
you
do all
know,
of it, but like, yeah, that was how
Yeah.
strong it was. So that's what
Yeah.
one of the reasons why I got into it too. Ultimately, back then I had no idea. They did. Well, one of my classmates says, "Well, some people just know things." I said, "I'm like, what does that mean?" That's what she said about me. Some people just know.
explain that.
Yeah, because she like was a better student overall than me, but like she was coming to me, for clinicals. So I'm like, okay, and then just yes, things would happen. I know people's birth names, or I drop into someone's energy field, and like I
I
would
could
be,
do that. I
yeah,
have
like,
people to drop into someone's field and feel their physical body and what's going on with it. And
or
sometimes
I mean, literally, like be in their body, like
me
in their
too.
energy. So like really trippy
It's
things that
freaking
would happen.
cool. Yeah,
So
weird things happen when I'm in people's energy. Like I can know how their heart's talking or feeling
mhm,
the chakra itself, like what's
uh-huh,
going on in there. But most of the time, the very first thing I pick up on when I go into someone's energy field is like I'm in their body, like a suit.
mhm,
And I'll pick up any pain or
right,
discomfort right away, like a
right,
headache or breathing trouble or anything like that. Yeah.
right, right, right.
Really, but I've never tried looking at other people and seeing if I can see that kind of. I can kind of pick up if people are doing any kind of like energy work in particular, if I watch
Mhm,
them long enough, like 5, 10 minutes, and
mhm,
talk to them. But I
mhm,
could never just
mhm.
scan some, like look at Donna and say,
Well, of course
Donna,
you
you're a
can.
genius.
Of course, I would tell you, you absolutely can, and you can do
I
it
maybe
like
I can. Yeah, I didn't think I could though. I never thought about it. So tell us, like, Donna, like, what did you see with Donna? Do you remember what he saw with you when he scanned you?
Yeah, it really, I mean, I would prefer not to go into detail if
Okay,
that's okay
okay.
with everybody. Um, but no, all I know is that the experience of working with Daniel and then working with other students, which was something else that happened throughout
Yeah,
the course of the
Oh,
of
so you
that
kind of show
3 day
them what they're
workshop.
doing, and then you each other would try on each other. Oh, that's so
Exactly. And I
cool.
found that not only was Daniel very accurate with identifying me, I think the overall response from everybody that I can remember is even for people who, including myself, who weren't sure if we would be able to do it for someone else
Yeah, yeah.
and have it resonate and have it be meaningful for them. It's not an ego thing of, oh, you're right or you're wrong. But it's are you accurately, again, kind of reading
Right,
that energy and
right.
identifying where blocks are or whatever. And that's why I think it's such a remarkable technique, because it's extremely effective. And even student to student, we all find, and again, we're in a learning situation, right? We're there
Okay.
because we want to be, right?
mhm,
And we're open to having the other
right,
person, I'll say, practice on us, right?
That's so
right,
And that
cool.
helps a lot. I mean, obviously, if someone's resistant or they're unsure or they're shy, that doesn't mean that, especially someone who does this, with many, many years of experience and expertise like Daniel, still the idea that someone has to be willing, there has to be, it's kind of like with a reading. You and I,
Right. If
experience
they're
that,
closed
Lisa.
off and they're
If they're
protecting
closed
themselves,
off, yeah, it's like
yeah.
it may not be impossible, but it becomes really, really
It
difficult.
is, and
yeah,
until they crack, if they crack, I don't know if that's the right word, but it's like
Yeah,
a wall or an egg around
yeah,
them. You just want to go
yeah.
chink, chink, chink. Is there a crack in there yet?
But
yeah.
yeah, I mean,
It's
we had a
easier
great
to
group.
read some
Yeah.
people for sure, but
Hmm.
once you develop your after thousands of energy scans, it's like okay, you can guard, because I've had other people that are psychic and they're like, let's see how good you are. Let me put up the blocks. Let me do this. Let me do. I'll
Oh,
Yeah.
put these on you or those, and I'm like, and I can find it. I know it instantly, right? I'm like, okay, you're putting up blocks. So
You should have said that
if you want,
beforehand.
go ahead, make it stronger. Make it strong as you can, because I'm good enough to where I can bypass all that stuff. So don't worry about
Well,
do
you're
whatever
not
you want.
trying to harm them. That's probably why. You're just helping them out.
Yeah, it's
Right.
helpful.
Well,
I mean, the purpose is to be helpful,
Yeah,
you
that's the
right.
know.
intention. Your higher
And
self's going to be like,
yeah.
okay, my assumption anyway.
But yeah, some people are more closed off. So some people it's easy to get down. Oh my God, I got this, I know that, right? Like that. Some people are really easy for even people that are more beginners or
Yeah.
intermediate.
Yeah.
But like as you go more advanced, it's like okay, it's still not maybe quite as easy, but like you're able to still do it. You're still able to like
Yeah.
okay, you're totally closed off, but yeah, I know this, I know that, and I also know that. I know that.
Yeah, it's
You're
really
still
cool,
able to do
man.
it, but it takes a lot of practice
I
to
bet
get
It
it
does.
does.
It's like anything else. It's
yeah.
something that you refine and improve upon and become better at the more you
And probably
practice,
just
right?
finding
It's
the
like,
words for everybody everyone's a unique individual. So finding words for that person in particular would be really hard. Each person, might be kind of hard. But you're a word person, it seems like. So
Yeah, you got to try to couch it in terms they'll understand. Otherwise,
yeah.
it looks like
yeah.
you're really
Hard to get
stubborn. They're like, no, I'm not. Like,
You're not stubborn at all. Yes, I am. Wait a minute.
So
they come
true.
up with a different word. No, I'm just about truth, or whatever. There it is.
Well, I
There
already
it is.
believe you, so this will be easy on you. Listeners and watchers, he said he will do a scan on me. I'm going to be guinea pig.
Come on,
I'm going
bring
to
in all
open
the
both.
guards, put all the locks on. I don't care.
I don't have any locks. You can go for it.
No, I'm just joking.
You already did it. So what do you see, Mastro?
Okay. Yeah, I mean, again, I could just go diarrhea mouth, but I'm going to center myself and then just sort of start tuning in and see what wants to
Okay.
be shared here. Okay. Look at you. Yeah, you're like a fish in the ocean. All right. A lot of water, energy. So that's cool. All right. So let's see that. So I usually go through the chakra
I feel you
system.
in my back. Yeah, I feel you in my lower back right now because that's where it hurts, and I can just feel you in my hip and stuff. That's weird. I feel it.
Yeah, and so as far as like there's some of the things one of the things I was noticing before, and so I'll start with this actually. But yeah, I mean one of the things you're running into with some of the stuff, the back, the hip, and whatever it is, all the things. But like is the level of energy absorption is in you is fairly high, really high.
Yes.
So that's one of the things that if I was looking to work with you, like I'll be like, okay, that's part of what we need to work with first. We need to clear that energy absorption so you'll be more in your own vital energy. So there's definitely an experience of like it's almost like slave-like from past lives. Like, oh, we've got to worship the gods, we got to give sacrifices, we got to give ourselves like a slave-like without going through every past life, but it's sort of like this. We constantly give, number one, and number two, there's another power. So now in this life, you're something else, right? You're like a firecracker. So it's not that way now, but like I'm just saying, like that's not it's probably a mix, but like overall, you're not that way. But like, yeah, people have tried to put control on you through all these lifetimes. That would include this lifetime. So Lisa, you're this, you're that, right? Like put labels on you all day long, right? And then you're just like, screw you ultimately. But like as younger child, like, people would label you positive and negative, right? Like, wow, you're really great and this or that. But then you get the other labels, and then you just after a while, you're just so sick of the labels, right? You're just so sick of
Yes.
the labels. So that's one of the things I see with you is just getting sick of the labels. And then the connection with source, I mean, yeah, you've got rapid intuition, so it's really fast intuition. Crown chakra's got heaviness though, because it's like, boy, just like every day is like Groundhog Day, so there's a little bit of that energy in
That's
there.
definitely going on right now. Definitely.
Right. Right. So now when it's more open, yeah, then you feel more the connection, the depth and all that stuff. Sure, I can see that. But like otherwise it's more like, oh my God, I'm carrying so much. What the hell did you got put on me? Like and so there's that whole thing, the throat chakra energy. Yeah, like I definitely get a cancellation energy on your throat chakra, your throat, you speak out here fine, right? You talk a lot, but but you're just like, no, shut up, no, don't talk, no. So, that is, and that's more, this life too. Like this life is like, it's enough already. It's enough. We've heard enough, and so yeah, I mean, so that's difficult in relationships because there's not too many people that want to, hear all the things you've got to share and all this sort of thing. So then, it makes you feel kind of a little bit isolative, even though you're a social butterfly at the same time. So
Yep.
it's like, yeah, but like so many people really understand what I'm talking about and all that. So, and it's like I get like a lot of people through the years and lifetimes like wanting to muffle your energy. So those are things that are going on. Your heart chakra is great, very welcoming, and so always with the love, and often with the compassion. You got the other side. You're like, screw this, screw that. So you got some of that energy too, but ultimately always back to love and compassion. The power center, yeah, that's where really a big improvement could happen too. Like, because of the absorption and everything and all the, it's funny because you're a rebel, but like another part of it is like, all right, what do we need to do? What do we need to take care of? How, we got to take care of these people or take care of these things. Oh my God, we got to do it. We got to do it. And so we got all that energy going on. So that siphons your energy though, because you're never really fully connected to your own power most of the time. So really getting more connected to your own sovereignty and power, realizing that as actually a better service, to everybody. So it's the pattern a lot of people have at some different levels in different ways. Sacral chakra energy is really a wonderful, alive. There's a live energy within that. So people will be attracted to your energy. They'll be like, well, I don't know. I just attracted to Lisa. I like Lisa. Like not everybody, of course, but you'll have that magnetism. So that's nice. And then that spark to have spurts of like insight and inspiration. I see that overall, but like in the sacral, it reflects that. So, and a burst like, man, holy cow, you got all that done already. Like you work really fast, get things done really fast. But then, yeah, but on the other side, you're laying down today a bit, but like, it's like, yeah, then it could go to like zero, right? For like nothing really right now. So yeah, so I get that too, the crash, but when you're outgoing, it's really going fast. And then the root chakra, yeah, the stabilization is what's needed there. I mean, you're just like, yeah, the jitterbug energy is just, yeah, you probably, I think you were. I think you look like a 1920s girl to me. Like, but anyway, so,
I've always been drawn to that time period too.
yeah, yeah, I see it. They show me the image of you being a dancer and all that back at
That's
that
what I
time.
was attracted to, dancing in the 20s. In my flapper dress. I've been a flapper a couple times for Halloween. So
Yeah, so the fulfillment in your life is going to be fleeting. It's going to be like, oh, that was really cool, great experience. Oh my God, life sucks so much. It's so horrible. It's so
that's
heavy.
so true, man. That's so fucking true. And that is amen. God bless you, sir, because I could say it better. But it is right now, and I've always been so open with my crown chakra, but I don't feel as open as I always have been. And I had worked so hard on my solar plexus for years. And I
Sure,
left my husband because of it. Not because of it, but that was one of the things that built up so strong was
sure.
my willpower. And then one time I had a aura photography done, and it was like a little mandala inside that little circle, a big circle of
Hmm.
yellow. And now I just don't feel that same like care or for interest in life because I'm always in a lot of pain. And
Yeah.
I take a kratom usually to stop it, but Tennessee's outlawing it. It's where I live, outlawing it on July 1st. So I'm screwed when that comes. I do take like something called low dose naltrexone for the pain. And
Hmm.
sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I always have to be adjusting it. I'm not one of those people that just seems to be like, I have found my dose and here we are. It's going to
Hmm.
be like every time I feel or the weather changes or something happens, and I just happened to move to the worst place I could for the syndromes I have, like I'm right by
Hmm.
the river, and the worst thing that can affect me is other than moving. And I like to move.
Yeah.
Like I love moving and dancing and yoga and all that, but moving is my enemy. And living by the river in Nashville is like the worst place I could possibly live for all these because
You're there by Nashville. My daughter's going to Vanderbilt in the fall.
Oh my
Oh
God, she's got
wow.
a place. I'll show her around if she doesn't have any friends here. I'll show her around. Maybe if I don't have any friends here. Maybe I have a few. It took a while.
It's not
Yeah,
always easy. It's not
No,
interesting
yeah,
always
especially at
easy.
our
synchronicity.
age,
Yeah.
it's not when you're older,
Yeah.
But so, what did you recommend with what you picked up from all of what you found? Like what I personally take from it. First, I ask you a question, and then I start talking. Pretty typical.
No
So what
problem.
I took from what you said, I agree with everything you said. It really made sense to me. And it reflects, I don't know about past lives. I don't remember many. I do have a very strong impression that I've been suppressed a lot in lifetimes to
Yeah.
for my throat chakra in particular, speaking my truths or whatever they may be.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
so in this lifetime, I'm kind of screaming them at everybody right
Right.
now.
Right. That's
Not
that
good.
rebel.
I feel bad
Like,
about it a lot of the
they're
time.
going to be really strong, right? And
Well, I feel
but
Mhm.
then,
bad about
but,
it
then,
because sometimes I
but
don't mean.
here's the thing: like you will actually drop it down then again, because there's that modulation of like,
Right.
Mhm.
all right, wait a minute, all right, it's a bit much, maybe,
I
and then like
apologize too if I think I've been over the top.
yeah. So it
Okay.
modulates. So ideally it would be not wouldn't have to be like that jagged in the range. Like I guess the best way I could describe it, it'd be more like of course if we're always fluxing, but like it'd be more in a more steady type of range. I guess is the way I put it. So yeah,
Yeah,
So
not so extreme in the swings up and
yeah, yeah,
down.
up and
yeah,
It
down,
kind
but
of gets more.
that
I mean, you kind of, you get this then instead of,
right,
I
right,
used
right.
to be up and down before I was treated medically. I
yeah,
have a
yeah.
I have hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. I don't know if you know what that is, but it's a connective tissue disorder or
Yeah,
syndrome, genetic.
yeah,
So all my
yeah,
connective tissue is very fragile and
yeah,
it's like real flexible. I have hypermobile abilities, like
yeah, yes, yes,
wee,
yeah,
stuff like
yeah.
that. And so that's what, as I got older, I was misdiagnosed with psych problems because a lot of people with EDS do have their connective tissue in their brain's all weird. And almost everyone with HEDS is ADD. So I
Mm.
definitely have that going. And a lot of the doctors, well, the reason I got diagnosed with bipolar disorder is because a gastroenterologist who couldn't figure out what was wrong with me said it was nerves. And I got
It's
put on
just your nerves.
Prozac
It's
and I
just your
had a
nerves.
bad reaction and
It's
they
just
gave
your
me
nerves. Yeah.
more. It's nerves. That's why your stomach's weird. And no, it was hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos syndrome. But it was most people don't get diagnosed until their 40s because
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you don't age as much and
yeah,
your joints start killing you and everything starts
yeah,
hurting. And
yeah.
it's just so I don't know when you hear like actual diagnoses that people have, can you kind of see an energetic pattern to it based on your
Oh
scan?
yeah,
So how would
oh
you
yeah,
relate
yeah.
that to what you scanned from me, from what I told you of that syndrome? Oh,
Well,
and the
I mean,
POTS. Talk about flaring, like the POTS. I also have POTS. And do you know what that is? You do know what that is, then I think.
heard of it, but yeah, not
It's
off the
like
top
an
of
autonomic issue. You can't keep your heart rate, blood sugar,
my
body temperature, all this stuff goes
head.
off.
Hmm.
And then I also have MCAS, which is a histamine issue. It's just that goes. There's no
Hmm.
allergy. It just goes, take
Hmm.
Benadryl, take Benadryl. But I can stop it with Reiki most of the time.
Right, right, right. Yeah,
So
I mean, like all this could be an energy solution, right? Everything is. And
I'm thinking
so,
it would be.
yeah, I mean, like the hypermobility, just briefly, my first sense of it was just a sense of like you're being pulled apart, right? Like this
Yes.
energy is pulling
Mhm.
on you, is pulling on your energy,
Yes.
is pulling you apart. And so what that comes from, that's where I would go deeper and deeper into it and all that sort of thing, not necessarily today, but like, and then as far as like these other issues, yeah, like they're going to all be, uh, a lot of it is the energy absorption sort of thing, like that you're connected to so much. You're deeply connected, you're deeply connected to so much energy. And so when something's going on, like whatever's going on, it's like you're hypersensitive,
I
like,
am, yeah.
that hurt, don't
And,
move.
and I know almost everybody with HEDS that I've met is psychic in the field or working in the
Yeah,
field
yeah,
mainly.
yeah, yeah.
And my Reiki teacher has
Hmm.
HEDS. And
Yeah.
a woman on the podcast told me where to get my LDN doctor in Nashville, for example. I've met
Hmm.
so many people with HEDS who work in the field. And I do think it's that fascia, if you want to look at it that way, the fascia. Donna's been
Sasha.
trying to get me to pronounce it correctly. I love that when she does that. Because I need that. but it's like so fragile underneath all over our body. It's like I wonder sometimes if because it's so fragile and we have all these nerve endings that go into it. If, like for me, why it's so bad is I live by the river. When the pressure goes up, my fascia just like squeezes all those nerve endings. So
Right.
it's like I'm on fire on the inside, but I'm wondering if all those little nerve endings also aren't picking up other things,
Right. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
because they are receptors. I mean,
They are,
they're
of course.
transmitters and receptors, but they're
You're
Yeah.
massive
receptors.
antenna for all this different stuff that's
Yeah.
going on. Everything's
Right.
going to be affecting you. I got
Right.
allergies. I got this. I got that. I got this.
It's
The list
fascinating. I
is
think it's just
like
fascinating.
a huge list because you have all the sensitivity. So, so yeah, I mean, at the root is like clearing out, all the energy that's um, saying, we weren't sensitive enough, so now we're going to be sensitive to everything. So I'm safe and I'm protected, but then I'm sick all the time. Like,
There's kind of
Yeah.
something like that
Again,
going on. There is something
yeah.
kind of like that going on, but it's not such
Again,
an asshole kind of attitude. It's more subconscious, I think.
oh
You know,
yeah, totally.
it's not
Yeah,
up front and center. Like, well, now I'm going to let him have it because I was quiet all my life. It's more
right,
like
right.
I have a lot to say and I'm finally saying it. But I didn't know what I needed to say when I was younger. Also, I
Mm-hmm.
didn't know what I was thinking. I mean, that doesn't even make sense, maybe, but I
Mm-hmm. Right.
couldn't like I knew what I liked and what I knew myself, but I thought that was weird because everybody has strong opinions about everything, right? And I
Uh-huh.
just didn't. And now I
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
okay. But at the time I thought I was
Mhm.
like, why don't I care about anything like these people do?
I was sort of like that too. I was like, I
Yeah.
don't know. I mean, don't we just love each other and it works that way or
Yeah,
something?
I mean, there was like, yeah,
That's sort of more like with my perspective as a kid. I was just open and I felt
yeah,
like I always say like I might be kidding myself, but I felt like I was, like more enlightened in some ways as a kid, because I'm
me
just like
too.
you're wide open, right? You're
I was a
just like
happy clam
but
at high
yeah,
tide.
it's there worrying about stuff or anything, that happens as we get neurotic and we're
As
forced
we
Yes,
into
get older, yeah,
this
as we
yes,
get older.
neurotic,
emotional,
yes. I understand neurotic very well. I don't
yeah,
want to talk about
yeah.
that right now, though. I am going to
Right
probably book
into
a session with you.
this is the box you're going into, whether you want it or not.
Right, exactly.
Like
Listen,
Here
you're
you
neurotic,
go.
right?
I just have to say, Daniel, this has been one of the most fascinating podcasts, like personally, that I have done because you nailed it. Just look at like your scan nailed so many things that I don't have words for, like I already said. But it didn't feel like at all condescending. Listeners, I'm just letting you know how this feels from my point of view. Like it didn't feel that way. It felt like we were speaking from like it wasn't even like your point of view. It was your point of view from watching a lot of doing other scans is what it felt like. So you could pin down
Hmm.
what's going on. But
Right.
then there was like something else in there. I don't know what it was, but in your energy that when you were in there or something, it almost felt like alien or something. I don't know if that's the right word, extraterrestrial. So it almost felt like something like that was in my energy field. So, but it
Mm.
felt welcome. It was welcome there, whatever it
Yeah.
was. It was
Yeah.
helpful. It was helpful, and I also felt the pain in my hip go away. That's why I'm back on my side. So
Oh,
I don't know if
nice.
you did that or Don did that, I did that or that, but somebody did that, and it feels good. Thank you.
Well, energy does tend to move, as we're scanning, it does tend to
Yeah,
move because it's like we have healing
It got
intention, right?
attention. It got attention
Yeah.
and
yeah,
attention
Yeah.
because it was not really hurting too badly until you got in there, and it was
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, we're rearranging this stuff right now, and now it's like nothing going on. So it's really
Yeah. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
it's really neat. Like it seems like even when you're scanning, you're fixing a few things that are out of
Yeah,
balance.
yeah, 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 yeah. I mean, I'm not intentionally focused on it, but like it just kind of happens anyway. Some of it,
That's
yeah. So there are
really
shifts,
cool.
sure.
So I just got to ask, where can listeners and watchers find you to get this kind of scan from you or go to one of your retreats or anything like that? Do you have a website or? Uh,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they can go to my website if they want. We also have which it's at yoursacredpurpose.com. I have a free meditate, make money meditation. I do have a scan consultation on my website as well. That is you have to pay for that one. So, but we're gonna do better than that for you guys in a minute. But yeah, and then you can find me on social media. I'm on Instagram, Daniel John Hanneman there. I'm on Facebook, I'm on, I'm all the
he's
ones. So,
everywhere. We'll put all that in
TikTok,
there.
I haven't got on there. I haven't done the TikTok thing yet.
well, and we'll make sure that
I like TikTok.
all of the contact information and anything else that you want, we'll make sure that that's listed in the episode description so that people can just click right in and go where they want to go and find out more about you and find out how to work with you and all that good stuff. So we'll make sure that that's, I mean, we want people to watch, and we love when people watch an episode even more than once. But we don't want to make people have to watch an entire episode to go, wait a minute, I know he said his website. Now I have to find one.
Right.
So we will make sure that you're
26, he said.
It's exactly at the 26.26.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that it's very easy for people to find you and find out more about you for sure.
Yes.
Fantastic.
And if we don't, many apologies. Actually, Spotify just chops it up like that. It's really cool. It just puts everything in little sections for me. It's very cool. And this Chris, while we're saying all our stuff, I'd love to thank Everclear, our sponsor. Everclear is an advice app and website, everclear.com, and you can get advice from psychics and empaths to get the clarity you need to create the life you deserve. And Donna and I are both advisors on Everclear. My name is Lisa Rusczyk.
And my name on the site, on the platform, is Dona Murphy. And they have a mobile app, and then they have a traditional website, but either one. And then, like we just mentioned, we're going to make sure that you know all the different places on social media and elsewhere that you can find Daniel.
Yes, Daniel. Yeah. I'm really impressed, man. This was just great. And I just love it. And I know listeners and watchers are going to love it. I can tell you all love him, right? I mean, you said hey in the begin with, right? They said hey. Yeah. So can you hear him? Are they happy he's been here? Can you hear? Are they happy, Donna?
Yeah, I'm getting a lot of people who had a good experience, even just listening, going through the process of listening and watching. And I think that's going to generate an awful lot of further interest. And I'm getting very good, I'm getting really good positive energy from the connection.
I am too. You know what you just did? You did a precognitive clairaudience reading.
Yeah.
I didn't know you could do that. That's cool. That's very cool, listeners and watchers.
Me either.
You can create such a fun environment. That's why, half the reason, at least, that I'm here, because I saw you guys on one of the pods or whatever, and I was like, they're so fun. And then invited me, or however it happened, and I'm like, yeah, I'd love to be on your show. You guys are
so glad you came. This has been really mind-blowing. I mean, I hate it seems like it's been a short podcast, but we've had a lot of long ones lately, and it's like, wow. Like I always kept them around 30 to 40 minutes, in the past. And lately they've been really long. But you just kind of blew my mind, and I don't really have many questions. That's really strange. I mean, you really, in a good way. I just want to watch it and think about it. It's really impactful. And I'm trying to think, advice for the listeners and watchers. What if, let's say we have a listener or watcher out there who, many of them, or one or two or few, and they can tell stuff like what you're talking about, maybe, and they're like, this is familiar to me. I can pick those patterns up in people and in their own way, maybe, with help, maybe with that, And they just never thought of it that way before. What would you say to them? What words would you give them for that? What you do exactly?
I always say trust. I always have this stone right here, and Donna's seen it.
Trust. That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's
the best. You just fully trust. You just kind of go for it with what you're sensing. And even when you don't think you're sensing anything, you start trusting that you may be sensing more than you realize, because it's a subtle thing. It's not always a hit you over the head type of sensation. Sometimes it's just a little ripple, right? It's like, oh, ripple. Oh, I'm sensing this. I'm sensing. You have to bring your voice to it. So
very true.
When people, come to me and get the energy scan, that's what I'm doing. I'm just flowing with it, like I did it for you. So, that's why, I wanted to give the opportunity for people to get this energy scan, and let me know when the time is to share it with people if they
yes.
It.
This is perfect.
This is perfect. Great. And I did want to ask. I have another question, but I had another question for. I was gonna see. I can't remember the other question, but do you love our listeners and our watchers of this podcast?
Before we wrap,
yes.
There's going to be a special gift for the watchers.
Oh, a gift! There's a gift for the listeners. Oh, you must love them.
Don't want to miss the gift.
Them. He does love you guys. If he has a gift, you don't even have to answer if you're giving a gift. What kind of gift do you have for them?
All right. So I'm giving you guys an energy scan. My guidance was to give you one that's called Live in Heaven on Earth energy scan. So if you feel like you like to move in the direction at least to live in heaven on earth, I would say like that's what I'm doing. I'm helping to bring heaven to earth. And you want to, claim your gifts. You want to up your frequency. You want to actually claim your power, claim your true power of who you are and step in that power. Because when we step in our power, we can, manifest or command like the things that truly are wanting to happen. Like, oh, why is this happening? Okay, because you haven't stepped in your power yet, right? When you step in your power, it's like, whoa, all of a sudden, like something just changed in the world, some big world event or something. It can happen if you step in your power and you say, that's done, but you got to learn how to use your power. So I do a lot of that too in a program I have called Living Heaven on Earth. So, but through this free gift, the Living Heaven on Earth energy scan, it's worth $500 with a value because I just sit there for 20, 25 minutes straight. I'll just giving you all this guidance and tips too and suggestions and whatnot. And then people are taking all that in, and then we process it. We talk about it. It's like a whole session. And then, I invite people into my program if they're fit, but I just do everything based on what feels true. Like it's all about alignment and truth and everything. But it's a free gift, and a lot of people take advantage of it that never go in my programs. I don't mind. I'm here to help. I love giving energy scans. The more the merrier is how I look at it.
Yes,
My
right, man. Thank you.
Scan your energies just like I did with you. But like I was like, if I was doing a Heaven on Earth one for you, Lisa, just be like going deeper and then more. Then I'd be like, Lisa, you can live heaven on earth too. We could release these energies in your body. What if we could even release half of it, or whatever? Like it's just
like
go.
demons from hell would start screaming out of every pore in my body of pain.
Like,
I love it.
We were kind of liking it here. Like, I'm like,
It's like, well, we don't want to leave, and it's like, well, but
some
you
of the
got
energies get wild, right? They'll be like, we're not leaving.
I might fall to pieces. I might just break. Well, that's what's melting me out.
Oh, so then I use because they might say she's worthless. We need to just stay here. I'm like, well, if she's so worthless, isn't it kind of waste of your time? You know what? You're right. We'll leave.
I love that.
They're so crazy.
You
Some of the dark
logic, you out logic them. Yeah. They're so dumb. Like those entities really are that dumb. Those kind of energy. Negative. Like they're really just stuck on one.
You're really stubborn if you let the fear and the heaviness of their energy shut you down. Then you can't work with it. I'm light. I'm just come in. I'm like, whatever, you throw whatever at me. I'm whatever. Say whatever you want. I've been here before. I can handle you. I'm stronger than you are.
Right. And you got to get lost. It's like you got to go.
Exactly.
So great, man. I love that so much. That's just great. I have a friend I want to send your way for sure for the free scan already.
Cool.
Her name's Savvy. Savvy, if you're watching, you better do it. I know she's a listener and watcher, so she's an old friend of mine from Alabama, and she's been on a few podcasts. We used to do podcasts together when I lived there.
So. Make sure I don't miss this detail, guys. It's critical that you get you not only click on the link to the scan, but also to grab the code so you get it for free. Otherwise, they will charge you $500. Okay?
What's the code?
That has happened before when people get excited. They go, oh my God, let me just do it. They're not paying attention.
And then they're like, oh my
gosh. And so you get it it's got to say 0 before you hit proceed. Lots of people have done it successfully. And, that's what you need to do to be able to book your session. And then, you can go ahead and get on my calendar.
And what is the code? Do you want to surprise them in the comments or in the description? Or are you going to tell them what it is? Or did you already? I might have missed it.
It is psychic.
Just psychic?
Psychic, yeah.
Psychic. Not just psychic. Psychic. Okay, word psychic.
Gotta be with that tone. Gotta be with that tone. Gotta be psychic.
So that'd be capital. It's learning you have to know how to spell psychic, and that's a side chick without the K.
Yeah.
So, is it like a capital P or lower? Does it matter? Capital P, lowercase p. I mean, I don't know. I want to
Yeah,
get
we can set it up either way. I like it with capital letters. So
Yeah,
I
and
do
I think
capital here.
discount
I do
codes,
too.
all caps. Because usually a discount code makes people really excited. So you want to see those caps,
Right,
right?
yeah, exactly.
Good
Yeah,
point. I was wondering
yeah.
why they did that. I always do it anyway because I'm excited.
Excitement.
Right.
Thank you so much, Daniel. This has just been great.
Oh,
We'd love you to come back
Thank
anytime if
you.
you're interested, and I'm sure a lot of
yes.
listeners will love to take you up on that. I know I'm going to.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Thank you so very much. I just want to say I love our listeners and watchers. I love all our terrific guests.
I love our
Daniel, you
guests.
in
I love the listeners.
particular.
Thank you.
And thank you so much
Thank
for
you.
joining us. And I hope we'll see you again very soon. And listeners and watchers, don't sleep on this. Grab it. Go for
I'm
it.
telling you, man, that was really cool. It was really cool. I didn't feel vulnerable. I didn't feel exposed. I felt honest. It felt like things I couldn't say, but I wanted to. Let's put it that way. To other people, like for them to know about me. It's kind of hard to say now.
Right.
Thank you. And listeners, thank you for listening and watching. And we love you. Have a great day wherever you may be.
Yeah,
It's June 4th, 2026 at the end of the podcast. I know it's June 4th because I thought it was June 3rd earlier. I was very
no,
confused.
it's June 4th.
That's right. And in 30 years.
And we'll see all of you again soon.
Yes, we will. Tomorrow would be, hopefully, if I'm not sick.
Yes.
Peace out, listeners. Bye.